everybody, it's Rexanna with Past Present Herbs, and today what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be following up with the rosemary tincture that I had started, and this is going to be a series. I don't know if this is going to be the last final one or if we're going to do another one. It's going to kind of depend on how long this one goes. Okay, we had our tincture, and what I've done here is I just kind of poured it out. But before we get to this, I just kind of wanted to talk about the plant itself. And we all know it's a very fragrant plant. There's many species of rosemary. You have the very cold tolerant species of rosemary that you can plant in the ground, and it can overwinter and it comes back year after year. This is primarily, most of them are, they're perennials and they'll come back year after year. However, I have had some rosemary, pretty big bushes. I just got through moving not quite a year ago, and I had a beautiful, it was kind of medium size, and I got it from a local nursery where I used to live, and I didn't want to plant it in the ground because I wanted to bring it with me. And I knew wherever I moved to, which is here, I would plant it in the ground. And as long as you do it in an area where it doesn't get a lot of the wind through the winter, and you've got it kind of like in a corner or somewhere where it's not going to get a lot of buildup of snow. I was educating myself, like where here in this area where I'm at, and you mulch it really good, which I did. It's like half of my plant died, and I kept it in for like most of the, I was told, the time when to go ahead and plant it. And I got a lot of mulch, and I put it around, and I put it on a south facing wall of my house where it doesn't get a lot of wind, and I thought, it's gonna make it. And I prayed over it, and so it's like half of it died. Well, we didn't have a very long winter, and then I go out there and it looks dead. Spring comes, and there's like half of it wants to come back, it's turning green, and the other half is not doing good. So still to this day, which we're in May, is when I am talking to y'all. And I go out there every day, and I just keep watering it. I just keep saying, oh, come on, you can make it, So I really just don't know. And I have one that I have out in my sunroom, and I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take some clippings off of it, which I've been told, it's a shrub. You can, and this is where I'm asking for y'all's help. Maybe y'all are more experienced than me. I've looked at a couple of videos, and the videos say all the same thing. Just take your cuttings. Now these cuttings look like they are dead, and this is probably 6 weeks. And any type of plant that says you can get cuttings off of it, usually before a week is out, this is a week. Okay, this is a sprig of spearmint. And if you see those roots are ready to be planted within a week. Okay, now this is a leaf. Okay, now granted, there's a difference between a leaf plant and a shrub plant, because a shrub usually takes several weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks. Some, I've been told, you need to wait at least a month, but these leaves on this shrub are just falling into the jar, and I rinse my water out. I've used non-chlorinated water. I've been told the chlorine will kind of evaporate, so I was like, I'm not using chlorine. So I just kind of I cleaned my jar out. I'm like trying to baby it. I get no roots. I wash off. I'm real good about washing off. I leave it alone. I don't wash out my jar. I'm trying everything. So I get no roots. It's 6 weeks. I don't even show any. One of them might have a few hairs, but the other ones, there's like, I had 4 sprigs and nothing. So maybe y'all might leave me a comment below and let me know what I'm doing wrong there. But anyway, so I'm gonna try some different varieties and keep reaching out until I can get a really good in the ground rosemary. I still have my one rosemary out there on my patio, and I bring it in every now and then when it gets really cold, because I love rosemary, and you'll find out exactly why. Okay, so let's move over here, and I had this, don't want it to fall out. I had this in there for, I guess it's been a little over a month, not quite 5 weeks, but just a little over a month. What I do when I do an alcohol tincture is I just take the herbs and I will set them to the side, because I can compost alcohol tincture herbs. You can certainly throw them away if that's your preference, but I always wonder why wouldn't you just compost them? They go right into the ground, and it's like a great fertilizer. Okay, and I do apologize for this video right now. My head, I've got my camera all the way up here. I don't know, I'm just having some technical difficulties today. So anyway, you just want to get this jar, you need to take that jar, clean it out, get you a clean jar. This is just an old spaghetti jar. That's all you got. And you just want to pour this into a clean jar. If you have an amber colored jar, those are really good to have. And I should get a smaller jar, but this is all I grabbed right now. And it's been sitting there for a few minutes, so you have some sediment here, which is really good. I'll set that to the side. And if you have something like this, a smaller one, I've got to go in the back and get out my brown bottles. The blue ones I like to use for my essential oils. So I'm not going to pour it right in here during the video, but I was going to say something that has like a little dropper on it. This one I'll save for my essential oils. But pretty much you just need to label it, rosemary tincture, put what alcohol you have on it, put a date on it, and you're done with your rosemary tincture. And you can use this for memory. You can also use this. I'm going to sit down and we're going to talk about all the many uses that this is good for. But if you do have a smaller jar, and I'll probably transfer this to a smaller jar, but I just grabbed this in a pinch for this video. But it's best to use a smaller jar, and it's also best to label it. But for right now, I'm going to grab a chair and we are going to sit down and talk about other. Okay, now that we're back, I thought what I would do is just to finish up with the tincture. I'm going to be listing when I'm talking about all of the studies. I just want you to, you don't have to worry about writing anything down. I'm going to be listing the study that I found, all this information. I'm going to be putting it in the description below. So all you have to do is click on it. You can even print it out if you want to. But the studies on memory, the vitamins and so forth and so on are so vast. I mean, I was trying to see what other people thought. Like in a lot of my books and stuff, there's not a lot that is written from other herbalists, and it's primarily a lot on essential oils. That's why I have my essential oil here. Every morning when I wake up, I have been probably for the past, several months, maybe 6 months or so, trying to use this kind of like my daily, like when I'm getting my hair brushed, brushing my teeth, using something to help aid me in with memory. I guess the last couple of years, I'm not the only one, but I do know of a lot of other people. I've been using mushrooms. I've been using kind of a lot of other things to help research, with fighting inflammation in the body. And that also goes for our brain. And there's lots of things that I notice that people are doing to help themselves in the natural way, in the herbal world, in the herbal community. People are doing research, trying to find ways to change their diet, trying to find herbal ways, trying to do foods. And it's all to help us to get better because of everything that's happened the last couple of years. And, people are saying, get on this medicine, get on that medicine. And medicines are truthfully not really the way to go. It's really getting back to the ancestral diet that that our grandparents were on, that our grandparents' parents were on. It goes really that far back. And, when our dirt was good and when we had vitamins and nutrients in our food, now we have to put so much back into our food system, the good stuff, not the bad stuff, not the synthetic stuff. We have to put back in to our bodies what has been robbed and stolen from us. And so that's why I'm doing this, because rosemary has so much to add to our diet. And in the tincture form, it pulls out those good properties. And the essential oil is very high. The oil in the plant just by itself is very high. The volatile oils are very high. So anyway, in this study, they found that it's called carnosic rosmatic acids in the rosemary have a powerful antibacterial and antiviral and antifungal properties. Consuming rosemary regularly can potentially help lower your risk of infection and help your immune system fight infection. So if you're cooking with it, if you're drinking it in combination with teas, if you're using essential oils, tincturing it, if you're doing all these things, and I have several blends of essential oils, and I just started looking the type of person where I trust my aromatherapist, and I encourage everybody to have an herbalist, an aromatherapist, a massage therapist, a chiropractor. And if you don't have all these people in your life, I wonder why. But my aromatherapist, in a lot of her blends, she has rosemary. And I was looking at a lot of the blends that I have rosemary in a lot of the blends. And I was just doing this study and I was thinking, wow, she has rosemary in almost all the blends that I have. And I was thinking, how awesome is that? Because in the book, which I hope we get to here shortly, I was thinking that is really, now I know why. Number one, it's a powerful antibacterial. We need that. It's a powerful antiviral. We need that in today's society, right? It's a powerful antifungal. Oh, right. We are fighting the antifungal things that are going on in our body, and especially all the stuff that is going on around us we're fighting so many things that are going on right now, okay? So if you look at rosemary, if you're not cooking with it all the time, then you need to be using these essential oils. I'm thinking to myself, as I'm getting ready and I'm preparing for war practically every day, and I'm using these, like if you have difficulty in breathing and I'm using one of her essential oils that's helping me, that's now my essential oil. And I'm getting ready, if I'm having trouble and difficulty with a situation and I get one out and it has rosemary in it, then that's really a powerful essential oil, right? So anything that I'm thinking, well, I need to improve my memory and my cognition, what oil would I travel with, would I go to get first thing in the morning? I would get rosemary. And I use it on the temples right here, and I use it in the back of the brainstem, but I also use it right here. Because what do you have right here? You have your blood right there, even on the back of the hands, and I want to smell it right away. And then I'm getting dressed, and I can put it on one of my little diffusers on my necklace. So that's a great thing to do after you brush your teeth, you've drank your coffee, is to take a tincture first thing. Take it, you can start out by just using one little 30 drops underneath your tongue. And I was using a mushroom tincture, lion's mane, and I noticed quite a bit of difference. But mushrooms around here are not always a lot. We don't have them all the time, but I do have rosemary. Rosemary is very accessible and very, very plentiful to me. So yeah, that was one thing. And the article will be down in the bottom. And hey, you guys, would you please, if you're enjoying this video right now, would you please hit that like button? The like button will get me recognized. It will get this video recognized. And if you're wanting to share this video with one of your friends and you say, you know what, it's just like calling one of your friends up. It's just like saying, hey, Nancy, or hey, Barbara, or whoever, I don't know, I'm just using those names. And it's just like talking to them. You get to share this video and say something to them. I know I used to call my girlfriends and tell them, hey, let's go over here and go shopping. And it's just like, instead of saying every single word I'm saying, you're gonna share this video with them. By hitting the like button, my videos will get to go a lot around YouTube. And so it really helps me to get the word out about rosemary, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Go ahead, hit that like button and the notification, so that the next video that comes out, which I don't know, I kind of got an idea what my next video is about, because this is getting my brain going, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But another really good thing about rosemary is it has B vitamins in it, okay? Now, I don't know about you, but when you don't have a lot of the B vitamins, or if you forgot to take your B vitamins, that's your emotional well-being. That's why when you smell rosemary, I hope you're not one of those people that say, oh, I hate rosemary. Because rosemary is all about emotional well-being and emotional health. And when you smell it, and I'm just going to smell it because I love it, it's like, ooh, it smells really good. And it crosses your blood-brain barrier, and you're just like doing something really good for yourself right away. It has riboflavin. I'm really bad about saying certain words. Riboflavin, flavin. I can't say it. It has other vitamins in it, and it'll be in the article, and they're all really good for you. So there's a certain small population that they're kind of up in the air whether you should take it or not, because it does help to increase blood flow, and that's the pregnant mamas. So we may want to steer clear of that when we're pregnant. And I think a time of pregnancy is a time of caution for all of us. I know I was very cautious about doing anything but just eating. But certain things you do want to be careful when you're pregnant. So anyway, but other than that, it's great for cooking. Yeah, just be careful, and little kids that don't like it, don't force them to eat it. They have plenty of time to eat all this kind of stuff. But anyway, that article will be down in the description. It's got lots of good things to say. Now, I think the rest of this video, yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and talk about the essential oil and a really good book that I'm going to recommend. This is kind of like a condensed version. It doesn't have everything in it. But if you've ever wanted to buy an aromatherapy book, but you're like, I don't know what kind of, because there is a lot of aromatherapy books out there. But one author that I really like, that her and her sister, they do really good together. But Susan Warwood, okay? And I will put her down in the description as well. It's a big book. She has smaller books, but this is a pocket guide. And I think she has there's a pocket guide. This, years ago, this was like $14.95, and I don't know what the price is or anything like that now, because I've had this for years. But anyway, this is rosemary, okay? And this is the essential oil. And it talks about the Rosemarius officinalis, and it talks about the leaves and the twigs. It's primarily from France, Spain, and Morocco. These are just some, I know that they grow it in other countries as well. But this is just, and it's camphor-like, it's woody, and it's very powerful. Rosemary oil is very powerful, and it's talking about the camphor, and it's very fresh due to and it'll say right on there, the senol, and that is the type of rosemary that it's talking about. And it talks about the extraction method, it talks about the therapeutic properties, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Okay. It's for muscle pain, it's for arthritis, it's for muscular weakness, constipation, coughs, colds, bronchitis, helps with the elimination of toxins, memory enhancement. So you can use this. That's why first thing in the morning, I start with this, because it's really good to help you recall things. And lion's mane is really good to help you with your memory, your cognition, your focus and stuff like that. But it's also really good because it's more available to me. And then it's good for hair care products, migraine headaches, exhaustion. My hands and my feet stay cold all the time. But I've noticed a big, remarkable difference when I rub it on my fingers. And it's really helping me in that area. I can testify to that. So cellulitis, cellulite, sinus problems, it's a general tonic. It's any type of infections, any general debilitating, it says hangovers, so I didn't even know that. But infections, yeah, it's really good for overworkedness. Anytime you've overworked, you're exhausted, it kind of brings that alertness, that freshness, that good feeling, that you may need or that you may want. That's why I really like it. And it's an antiseptic, it's an antispasmodic, it's a stimulant, it's an analgesic, antidepressant. When you smell something and it's very fragrant and it's uplifting, that's what we want. So yeah, and it's a decongestant, it's a carminative, which we know we need sometimes. So these, and it also tells in here what it blends really well with. And so I'm not going to go into all that, because if you want to get this book, I will link it down in the description below. But it is a very good book. And sometimes, there is some safety things and this is just a reflexology, DeBar reflexology, and I use that as my bookmark, and I also use it to know where to put it too. But that's Nita Moshe's website. She usually sells those. But anyway, I can link that in the description as well. But it is a great essential oil, and I really think that sometimes when we are in a pinch and we don't know what to do, say you've broken your arm, you've broken your leg, and you know, you have that plant out there and you think, well, I have to take my kid to the doctor, or maybe you hurt your finger or something like that. Rosemary is great for cuts, it's great for sprains, it's great for pain, it's great as a poultice. Yes, it is. It's great for inflammation, it brings blood flow, it's very soothing with calendula. If you have calendula, if you have arnica, if you have comfrey, if you need a bone set, you know, I am right now, besides this one, I'm doing my first aid kit, and this will be part of my first aid kit. So all you need is to have this, with your lavender. Get your lavender, get your comfrey, get your arnica, and make yourself, chop up your herbs and put your essential oils in there. Get you a cloth, roll it up, and you know, if you have a specific area on the body, I don't know where you would have a cut or a sprain, and rosemary is really good to go with lavender. And so, yeah, if it's a scrape or if it's a cut or bruise, it's really good to go on there and bring a healing to a sprain or scrape. You know, sometimes people don't really think that these essential oils go good with herbs, but they go really good with herbs. And sometimes comfrey in itself can work really well if that is what the situation calls for. But sometimes rosemary and lavender by themselves can work really good. Lavender is a really good essential oil for the skin, along with calendula. Sometimes you don't have the herbs, but you might just have the essential oils. You may try that. If your bone is not broken, then you may not need the herbs. But if you just need the essential oils, that may be fine in itself. But arnica is really good, and comfrey together, and calendula. Calendula oil is a flower, and I may just do a separate video just for sprains and strains. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that because some people are not thinking about injuries, and they're not thinking about essential oils going to help aid in a sprain or strain. But my husband has cut himself, and I could think of one blend of essential oils that we haven't had to have stitches or anything, and I know rosemary and lavender were there to help us. So anyway, I'm going to get ready to close this, and maybe I think maybe I won't have to, but we will conclude this in our series, and the next one we'll probably do will be for first aid, but I'll let it be a surprise. But do look in the description for the rest. I'll put the book in there, and I'll put the essential oils in there, and we'll have everything in there so that you don't have to go searching around for any of the articles or books or anything like that. I do, guys, hope y'all enjoy this. Please remember to give me a like and a share, and leave me comments and let me know. I've been enjoying y'all's comments. I've had a few comments, and I want to say hey to my new subscribers. I know you guys are enjoying it. Y'all been telling me that y'all been enjoying these videos, and I'm super glad. Nothing makes me happier when I know that you guys are enjoying these videos, and thank you so much. That really blesses my heart when I know you guys are liking. And these older ways, they are awesome, right? It's really good to know that you can take these herbs, take these essential oils, and help your family. Because we don't know what's going to happen in the days to come. We have no idea. We can stay prayerful, we can stay hopeful, and we can stay in our mind focused on just being prepared for we don't know. But it's really good to know that we have the power and the control that which God gave us, right? And our ancestors, they had it. I mean, they were not helpless. I know my grandmother was not helpless. She used to say, "Oh, come here, let Granny fix it." And a lot of my granddaughters, they'll say, they'll just go out to the garden, they'll grab the peppermint, they eat it themselves, and they know that Nana, I'm a Nana, and I'm a grandma both, but they know, they just come in the house and they'll say, "Nana, where's this, where's that?" And a lot of us as grandparents, we can fix it. And even our kids know, Mom's got the answer, just go to Mom. Mom will tell you what to do. And when we pass down that tradition to our kids, they know that not every little thing do they have to run to the doctor for. Because, there are some times when they do have to go to the doctor, but not every little thing do they have to go to the doctor. Because a lot of times we can take care of it right here at home. Okay? So you've got the power, you've got the control. Y'all come on over here and we'll get it all taken care of, and you can take that same tradition and have it there at your house. All right, you guys, thank you. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye for now. Blessings.